Hello, my name is Ben Graham. I want to talk to you today about using a voltmeter to check a common household outlet. Before we do that, I just want to ask if anybody knows the definition of electricity. Electricity is defined as a form of energy resulting from the existence of charged particles, either statically as an accumulation of charge or dynamically as a current. Now, just because we know the definition of something doesn't always mean that we're fully competent to work on it. It doesn't even mean that we fully understand what it is, what the common function of it is. Now, what I mean by that is I'm sure that we've all seen a common household outlet. Now, I'm sure we probably got TVs and computers and different things plugged into it. But I'm sure we probably don't know how it got from the power company to inside our house. So, what I'm talking about today is that whenever you're troubleshooting it, it can go into pretty extensive process. But what I want to use today is just an introduction to using a voltmeter. Now, first off, I need to say that this is an introduction video, like I previously said. The reason I say that is because checking voltage can be very dangerous. It can be so dangerous that people are killed from it every year. And so, while in the hands of someone properly trained, it can be something that someone does every day, while it only takes just a split second of not paying attention to really hurt somebody. The meter that I'm going to be using today is what I would consider a low voltage meter. What I mean by that is 1,000 volts or less. Now, there are many meters out there. This one is a Fluke 376. What we want to do is most of them are going to have a dial on them. And what we want to do is we want to rotate that to the V with the S line over the top of it. Now, what should come up on the screen should be a volts AC. Now, that's very important because if you go one further, it'll show volts DC. Now, these are not the same thing. One is direct current, one's alternating current. The way this electricity moves is very different. So we need to understand that. So whenever we're checking it, we always need to be sure that it says volts AC. Now, with each meter, they're going to come with a red and a black lead. In the end of the meter, this one will be the end, but some of them may have it up here, but it will show a common or a V. So what we want to do is we want to take the black, we want to put that in the common, the black cable, and put it in the common port. The red cable, we want to put it in the volts port. We want to push it in, kind of clicks, pretty tight, pretty snug, then you're probably okay. We want to take one lead, and we want to put it in one hole, and then we want to take the other lead and put it in the other hole. Now, one thing about this that you want to keep in mind is they have metal ends at the end of your lead. You want to stay away from that. That's a good conductor, but it will also shock you if you get too close to it. So keep your hands on the guards or on the non-conductive parts. But we want to put that in there, and whenever we do, a voltage should pop up. Whenever a voltage pops up, then we'll know what that output is putting out. Now, that's very important because if our TV doesn't work, that could be it if it just says 0 all the time. But what I'm getting at today is checking voltage probably doesn't seem all that complicated the way that I've described it today. And in the hands of someone well trained, it's just one of many tools that can be used. But it's important to know what somebody's doing. It's important to know and understand what somebody's doing. Because not just being more professional or adding a better service, but the biggest thing is the better you understand, the more likely you are to go home at night, which in reality is what we all want to do anyways.